Hello everybody, welcome to yet another live stream. This first tune is called Byron's Bounce. And there we have it. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. I'm very excited and happy to be playing some music for you all. Let us know in the comments where you're listening from or watching from, or both, preferably. It's always interesting reading the comments and seeing that the music reaches all corners of the world. It's a beautiful thing. It's a really amazing time. So I'm excited and stoked to be playing some music for you. For anyone who doesn't know, I have a brand new album called The Prize that's coming out next Friday. That's when it is officially released. But if you purchase the digital download right now, you can get access to the album instantly. Or you can purchase it like this on vinyl. Or you can purchase a CD. So if you'd like to purchase the music, you can do so. Just click the link below in the comments, in the video description. Thank you for supporting the music. I hope you enjoy the album. I've had so many nice comments from people who have heard it already, because last week I mailed out a bunch of them, and tonight I'm going to hang out and sign a bunch more and mail them out to you, to anyone who buys one. So thanks for supporting the music. Thanks for enjoying the music. Let's get on with the music. I'm going to switch over to an electric guitar. This is a red guitar, so it goes faster. Morning from Melbourne, Australia, Rochester, New York, Sweden, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Munich, Romania, Western Australia, Nashville. G'day, Joe. Well, I'm coming to you today from Montana, about 5,000 feet up in the Rocky Mountains. Let's see if this thing works. Let me know how it sounds out there for you all. This tune is called Bergeson Fries. There's the groove. I'm going to keep switching it up. Let's see if I can play a different guitar in each song. I'm also going to take my shirt off here. So it's getting warm. I'm cooking in here. Okay, so this is a new guitar I just got. And it's funny because someone asked on the last stream, have you ever played a McPherson guitar? And the answer was yes. And it just so happens I was sent one in the mail. So I'm going to play a tune on it. I'll play another instrumental track, and then I'll play a couple of songs with singing, maybe from the new album. There we go, that tune's called Fireflies. Well, I'm going to play another song, and then I'm going to introduce you to a very special guest. This tune is called The Prize. It's the title track off my new album called The Prize. It's a 10-song album of new original material. And I've had a number of messages from people saying they feel it's my best album to date. So that's great, because I got 7 albums. This is the 7th album. And you can purchase the album now if you'd like. It is available. You can purchase it as a digital download and you'll get instant access, or you can purchase a CD or a vinyl record. And I'm mailing them out after this stream. I'll be signing them and putting them in the mail to anyone who orders one. So check it out. Here's the title track. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I had a one-way conversation with me, myself, and I about the way we've been living. Can't imagine why. To get to where we're going, it's a cloudy compromise. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. been distracted, quite possibly you're right. This big old bright and shining world has kept me up at night. We all know that price tag shouldn't come as no surprise. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. Some days I live with no regrets. Some days I just as soon forget. Some days a diamond, some a stone. Some things I just as soon leave alone. All this leave me, I can't really say I know. I got more questions than answers, quite a ways to go. I can't let that deter me, this I realize. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. Some days I live with no regrets. Some days I just as soon forget. Some days a diamond, some a stone. Some things I just as soon leave alone. Had a one-way conversation with me, myself and I about the way we've been living. Can't imagine why. To get to where we're going, it's a clouded compromise. You're mistaken if you think I'm taking my eyes off the prize. My eyes off the prize. My eyes off the prize. Boom. There she is. The new album, The Prize, includes that song and 9 other tracks available for purchase via a digital download, a CD, or a vinyl record right now. joerobinson.com, you can find it. All right. Well, I'd like to introduce you to a special guest. If the special guest is woken up from special guest nap, come on in. I'd like to introduce you to this little puppy dog named Waffle. We picked her up yesterday, and this is, of course, my amazing wife, Genevieve. So this is Waffle. How many weeks old is she again?
8.
She's 8 weeks old, and she's so well behaved. We've been clicker training her. How you doing, Waffle? You a bit sleepy? You don't know how many people are watching you, do you?
Mm-mm. But long story short, if you hear some woos and some barks,
yeah,
it's Waffle.
You've been really well behaved, haven't you? Last night was the first night that she spent with us, and she's so curious. She's such a quick learner. We've got her trained to sit already, and she can stay pretty well, and she's learning to sit before we give her any attention. So she's a Samoyed, so she'll be pulling us along in a sled at some point. Maybe pulling you. I might be a bit heavy.
We need 2, I think.
We need 2 for that. But anyway, if you'd like to give the Waffle a tip, we have a virtual tip jar. It is joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. So thanks for bringing the Waffle down to say hello.
Of course.
See you later, Waffle. All right, good fun. New puppies are the cutest. Samoyeds get even cuter as they get older, so that's fun. We got something to look forward to. I'm reading the comments here. see a comment about playing the Belly Up in San Diego. I'd love to play the Belly Up. I hope to be back in California before too long. That's a nice segue for me to talk about my upcoming tour dates. I have a select few tour dates. If you're in the following cities, then come along. The tickets are on sale now. I'm playing September 16th in San Francisco with Mr. Robin Ford at the Palace of Fine Arts. That's going to be a very special show. So if you're in the Bay Area or Northern California, come on down for that, September 16th. And then in October, kind of late October through early November, I'm playing in Knoxville, Tennessee, Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and then I'm going up to Chicago area, Arlington Heights, that is, and then I'm in Detroit. So if you're in any of those cities and you want to come along to the show, grab your tickets soon. I'm playing really small venues, 100 seaters, 120 seaters, so they're going to sell out. So if you'd like to be there, grab your tickets soon, and it's going to be a blast. All information is at joerobinson.com, and just click the tour link or the shows link, I forget what it's called, but it has the list of my tour dates, and you can purchase tickets, and all the information is there. So there we go. I'm not going on the road a whole lot. The rest of the year I'm quite focused on recording and hanging out with little baby Waffle. Here's a tune called Reputation. I'm trying to play different songs than I played last week, which is not easy because last week I played for 2 hours. I'm not planning on playing for 2 hours today, although we'll see how it goes. Here's Reputation. Nice Stratocaster tone.
Spent her days and nights living in the fast lane. The time is passing and she wants to slow it down, trying to find a ticket off this merry-go-round, 'cause she only wants to be loved, to feel the joy and the pain. Can she open her heart when she's got a reputation to maintain? On the outside, things look beautiful. She's surrounded by people who will never know the story hiding in her eyes. Makeup on her face is an everyday disguise, 'cause she only wants to be loved, to feel the joy and the pain. Can she open her heart? She's got a reputation to maintain. keep going down the road she's on.
Boom. There's Reputation. Hope you all are enjoying the music out there. Let me scroll down and catch up on the comments here. Is that a wah-wah pedal we can hear? Yep, I've figured out the secret to good tone, and it's a wah-wah pedal. I'm joking, but it's funny because I used to use a wah-wah pedal a lot, and then I stopped using it because I was doing so many sessions in Nashville, and I'd always take it along, and no one likes wah-wah in Nashville. But I was at the Steve Vai guitar camp recently, and you can watch my video blog about that on my YouTube channel, where I kind of take you behind the scenes. And I noticed that Steve and Guthrie Doven and different people were using a wah-wah to great effect. So I've got my wah-wah pedal back out. I'm having fun with it. Aldo says, outstanding. I've never seen anyone play in such a relaxed and comfortable way. I really appreciate that, Aldo. I think a big part of guitar technique is being relaxed, and it's quite an unnatural thing to develop this fine motor control where we can play at all kinds of dynamic levels, at all kinds of speeds, with all kinds of feeling and inflection, and that control is what technique is all about. And my teaching platform is called Invisible Technique for that reason, is because we want to have excellent technique, excellent command of all these different musical elements, dynamics, tone, speed, tempo, and we train our hands to accomplish these things by doing exercises and learning songs and being conscious and practicing intentionally. And so that's kind of my whole philosophy is having the technique be really smooth and effortless so the music can be really fluid and expressive, and you can basically just fly your musical kite in whichever way you want. And all my favorite guitar soloists play in this way, from Steve Vai to Eric Johnson and Robin Ford, and to fingerstyle players like Tommy Emmanuel and Chet Atkins and Lenny Breau. They all have just beautiful technique, and to me it's something that I really appreciate. If I listen to certain players who may be amazing musicians, like Barney Kessel comes to mind, oftentimes he'd play something great, but he'd kind of miss a few notes here and there, and it always was a bit of a shame to me. I shouldn't critique Barney Kessel because he's one of the greatest players ever. But I don't know, I've always just been drawn to really precise players who can be precise and creative and expressive. Anyway, end of rant. I see a lot of comments there, so I'm switching it up. I think I'm going back to this guitar, which is my Maiden. This guitar is from 2008, actually, and it's tuned down a whole step. Kind of really suitable for certain songs. So I think I'll play Midnight in Nashville. Why not? That's a song from 2008 that I wrote back then. All right, that was Midnight in Nashville. So if you're enjoying the music, we have a virtual tip jar set up for these live streams. The tip jar link is simply joerobinson.com/tip jar. And it should be the pinned comment. It should be down there in the description in the comments somewhere. And if you just click on the link, it'll take you to a page where you can enter in any tip amount. If you want to kind of support the music, if you want to buy what is in effect a virtual ticket to the concert, the tip jar link is a great way to do that. You can tip as little or as much as you want, and any small amount is very much appreciated by me. So thanks very much for listening, thanks for enjoying the music, and thanks to anybody who decides to leave a tip. I'm rotating around to the Music Man for yet another tune. I think I'm going to play some swing music. I saw someone request All of Me, so I'll play that. I see so many good requests coming in. What kind of fretboard wood is on the Music Man? I believe it's maple, but it's stained with this kind of, I forget what they call it. It's some kind of oil finish. It's really, really great neck on these guitars. Here we go. 1931 this song's from.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. So how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart. Now why not take all of me? All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, 'cause I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. So how can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart. Now why not take all of me?
All right. That was fun. I feel like parts of that was the universe punishing me for saying anything bad about Barney Kessler, because Barney Kessler is one of the greatest improvisers in swing guitar, for sure. And there was me butchering all of me with plenty of technical flubs. But it's the thought that counts. How's everybody going out there? So I'm picking up this new McPherson guitar, and kind of just getting to know it, figuring out which songs it likes. For anyone that's just tuning in, we have a virtual tip jar set up for these live streams. The tip jar link is just joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. And if you enjoy the music and want to buy what is in effect a virtual ticket to the show, thank you in advance for supporting the music. I also have a brand new album called The Prize. It's coming out next Friday officially, but you can purchase a digital download on my website right now, and you can hear it in its entirety. You get an option to download it in MP3, WAV, which is high resolution, or FLAC, which is kind of the audio file format that a lot of people like. It's a lossless file format. And you can also purchase it on vinyl, like I'm picturing here, or on CD. So if you'd like to purchase your own copy of this music, you can do so at my website, joerobinson.com. There should be a link below. And I hope you enjoy it. There we have it. There's Blackbird. Such a gorgeous old song. I love playing these old standards because they're going to be public domain real soon. I'm joking, of course, but that is a cool feature about playing these old tunes. You don't have to worry about any copyright infringements. Carly says, so if you play something for Annika, she'll be happy. This one's for you, Annika. Thanks for enjoying the music. This song's called Flow. Hope you like it. let's flow. I like to throw a mistake in every now and again just to see who's paying attention. I'm just joking. That's the thing, it's kind of like you put a capo on and then you get used to playing in that key, and then this guitar doesn't have a cutaway. I could have played it on the McPherson. I see a request from River called Come Sail Away by Styx. I don't know that song, but I saw an interesting request before for Adelaide, and I'll tell you a story about Styx and Adelaide. So I was playing at the Eric Clapton Crossroads Guitar Festival in 2013, which was really such a cool experience. I was 22 years old, I guess, and I was sharing a dressing room with Dan Aykroyd that night. I remember that was pretty cool moment. He was a really nice fella. But I played at an event for Fender. Fender invited me to be there, and it just went really well. I played with a great band. I had Keith Carlock on drums from Steely Dan, and Michael Rhodes on bass, who's one of the great Nashville bass players. And we played a really great set. Robert Cray was in the audience. All kinds of the Eric Clapton Crossroads people were there. I didn't meet Eric, unfortunately. But anyway, it just went over so well that they asked me to come back the next night and play with Styx and sit in with Styx. So I turned up. It was in Times Square, New York, and I'm carrying my pedal board and my guitar case like 5 blocks in Times Square. And I turned up at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is where it was being held, and Styx were on stage. They were sound checking, and I'd never met any of them before. But I walked in with my pedal board and my guitar, and they stopped playing. And they said, "Hey, Joe." And I said, "Oh, hey." I didn't even realize it was Styx on stage, but they were so nice to me, and they said, "Hey, Joe, we're going to play this song, and we thought you could sit in with us." And I said, "Oh, I'd love to do that." And so I got up there and plugged in and everything. And then Todd Zuckerman, the drummer, he said, "Joe, I was just listening to your record. I love your song, Adelaide." And I remember just being like, wow, that's so cool. I have honestly yet to meet a rock band that were as nice as that bunch. From the band and the crew, everybody was just super cool and super nice and super friendly to me. It just really stuck with me. So, anyway, for what it's worth, maybe I'll play the McPherson on this one. So I'll play Adelaide since it was requested. And I'm going to try to play the capo 4th fret version.
We were only 17, summer nights and faded jeans, down in Adelaide. Sandy hair and windy days, hazel eyes and Cabernet, down in Adelaide. A falling rain like tambourines, sleepless nights, deleted scenes, down in Adelaide. Kissed goodbye and suddenly I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and she's a world away. And oh, it's 9,957 miles away. If she just pick up the phone, I'd be on a plane, I'd fly like the wind if I could fall into her arms again. But it's tough, 'cause I'm in love and she's in Adelaide. I haven't seen her in years. I'm in this northern hemisphere and she's in Adelaide. She had to stay, I had to go. While she's in summer, I'm in snow. world away. And oh, it's 9,957 miles away. And if she just picked up the phone, I'd be on a plane, I'd fly like the wind. If I could fall into her arms again. But it's tough, 'cause I'm in love and she's in Adelaide. It's 9,957 miles away. And if she just picked up the phone, I'd be on a plane, I'd fly like the wind. If I could fall into her arms again. But it's tough, 'cause I'm in love and she's in Adelaide. And there you go, there's Adelaide. Guess I wrote that when I was about 19 years old. And now that I'm a married man, what I'm thinking about when I'm singing that song, I just had a funny thought. Maybe I can twist it so that I'm singing about the Grace Emily, which is a pub in Adelaide that I used to play. Maybe it's like I'm trying to get a booking at the Grace Emily and they won't pick up the phone. That's not very funny, but there you have it. That's what was going through my mind. I love writing melodic music, and that's from my Let Me Introduce You album. At 19, he must have wrote it last year. I'm 21. I'm 31 now. 31. So there you go. So, an announcement. If you go to my website, well, an announcement for guitar players. I have a new website. Well, it's not very new now. It's new as of this year. It's called invisibletechnique.com. And I'm migrating all of my teaching materials to that site because I have control of it. I can control the content. And I'm really enjoying developing a direct relationship with my students and helping them in any way I can. And I'm about to launch a new membership portal. It's called the Invisible Technique Coaching Community. And if you'd like to be notified when I launch this, you can just go to invisibletechnique.com and you just type in your name and email address and you'll be added to the wait list, because I'm going to open and close this membership a few times per year. And so I'm going to be opening up and then it'll close. And so the reason I'm doing that is to give people who sign up a great experience, so they'll have direct access to me, and it'll be a really nice community, and there'll be lots of things for you all to study and for us to talk about and play. So if you're interested, invisibletechnique.com, you can go in there and join the waitlist to be notified when that launches. Because when it launches, there'll be a finite amount of time to jump in. All right. River says, can you play Hit the Road Jack? I can definitely play Hit the Road Jack. I love playing Hit the Road Jack.
This is for you, River. Let me just adjust the settings here. AKA, turn it up. Oh yeah. This is a request from Melissa. All right, this is a request that comes in, and I'm not even gonna say your name because I'm embarrassed to say your name. your Twitch name, that is. But I'm going to play the song for you. This is Dixie McGuire. Good fun. Thanks for the request, mate. Well, for those of you who are just tuning in, we have a virtual tip jar set up for these live streams. The tip jar link is joerobinson.com/tipjar. And anyone who takes the time to leave a tip, I want to say thank you very much for doing that. It helps support the music, and it's very much appreciated, especially right now when I'm promoting a new album. There's lots of expenses that go into an album. Speaking of which, here is the album. It's called The Prize, and there's 10 songs. I'm going to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about the folks I worked with when creating this album. I worked with a producer named Brent Mayer, and Brent Mayer has had a long, illustrious career. He's worked with many amazing artists, including Duke Ellington, Ray Charles, Sly and the Family Stone. He was the engineer for Ike and Tina Turner's famous recording of Proud Mary. He was in Las Vegas for a long time and worked with all those kind of pop artists, and then he's been in Nashville for a good long while. He discovered the Judds and produced and wrote a lot of the Judds music as well and produced it all. And he's just a wonderful person. He's an Audio Engineering Society Hall of Fame member, and he did an amazing job producing this album. It was an honor to work with him. And we actually co-wrote all the songs together. So this is a real collaboration with Brent Mayer. And I really learn a lot from working with Brent. And I'm really proud of the music. The engineer was Charles Yingling. We recorded this at Blue Room Studios in Nashville, which is a first-class recording facility. And the musicians include Nir Z. Nir Z is a famous studio drummer. Any drummers out there will know him. He's on the cover of Modern Drummer magazine, and he's a really breathtakingly wonderful player. He's the kind of player that plays with 120% every time he hits the skins. And Nir has played on so many records in Nashville. He just won like the most recorded drummer of the year. He was on the most released songs or the most hit songs or something like that. He's doing sessions every day there, and we really enjoy playing together because, my music is not the kind of typical commercial mainstream thing. It's kind of pretty organic music that's about the grooves and the tunes, and anyway, we just really enjoy playing together. Nir also played on John Mayer's album Room for Squares. And the bass player is Glenn Worf. Glenn has played for the last number of years with Mark Knopfler, and he's just a studio legend in Nashville. He played a lot of upright bass on this album. And I'll tell you a little about some of the other folks who came in. Tim Lauer came in and played keyboards. Tim's the current musical director for the Nashville TV show. John Jarvis also played keyboards. John Jarvis is a famous songwriter and session musician. And who else played on it? Let me pull out the... Charles Treadway, of course, played some Hammond organ. Charles plays in a great organ trio with Jack Pearson and Pat Bergeson in Nashville. He plays with a lot of those cats. And I've known Charles for over 10 years now, since I first came to the US. Stuart Duncan, the world's greatest fiddle player. I don't want to say the world's greatest, but he's he's the guy that collaborates with Edgar Meyer and Chris Thile and all the finest players. He played fiddle. Jordan Lenning did a beautiful string arrangement, and the string players came in and did such a wonderful job. The string players are Alicia Enstrom, Kristen Weber, Austin Hoke, and Betsy Lamb. And Steve Harmon and Jim Hoke. Jim Hoke did the horn arrangements, and Steve Harmon and Jim Hoke played the horn parts together. So that's the musical entourage. There's a lot of people that go on behind the scenes when making an album. And there's a lot of cost involved. It's not a simple process. And I paid for all this. I paid everybody. It's part of what I do. It's create music for people who enjoy what I do to enjoy and to listen to. So if you do enjoy the music, you can purchase it on vinyl, CD, or a digital download. And if you've already purchased it, thank you very much for supporting the music. You help me continue to make more music, and I feel that putting good original music out into the world that means something and that is crafted in a way that has a lot of, there's a lot of care that goes into the crafting of an album like this. I really think that's just a wonderful thing that I'm very proud to put out into the world. And Libby Danforth did the photography, and there's a great vinyl plant called the Vinyl Lab in Nashville that manufactured these vinyl records. I went in when they were printing them on the machine. It's really cool to see them take the blob of plastic and push it into a vinyl, and then the whole process is pretty phenomenal. And anyway, end of sermon. The links to purchase the music are below, and you can get it on digital download instantly, meaning you can click add to cart. It's $15 and you can get it in your inbox, and you can download MP3s, download WAV files, download FLAC files, high res or MP3s, whatever you want. You can enjoy the music. It's not even out yet. The rest of the streaming world, the Spotify's and the iTunes and all that, it'll be out next Friday. So there you go. Scott says, I hope to hear you give this speech at the Grammys. I hope I hear me do that speech at the Grammys too. Well, folks, I better wrap it up. I've been on the line here for an hour and 15 minutes. But I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I see a question there from Zeb. I'm going to get to that. Thanks for asking a musical question. I always try to answer the questions for any guitar players out there because I want to spread the information. Thank you for tuning in. The tip jar link once more is joerobinson.com/tipjar. The new album called The Prize is available on my website. Check it out, and I'll be back with another live stream very soon. In fact, I'm considering doing 3 live streams next week on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to celebrate the release of the album. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. It's nice that you got to meet young Waffle on the stream. So the question from Zeb is tips on soloing. So I do have some tips on soloing. I'll give you a quick little demo of kind of the process. So to me, the first step, and the step that a lot of people get caught up on is just learning the major scale all over the neck. So if we take C major, we learn it all over the neck. That's all just the major scale. And the good thing about the major scale is once you learn it, you've also learned all the modes. And once that scale becomes ingrained in the fingers and part of your muscle memory, you can change the key, and your hands just kind of remember how to play it. So it's a beautiful thing. And you can take a lot of songs. You can go on YouTube and you can type in C major backing track, D major backing track, B major backing track, and you just practice improvising. Everyone sounds like they're playing scales at first, but practice playing on just one string. Maybe the D string nets. Maybe both the D string and the B string. I cheated at the end there, but you get the point. You kind of just challenge yourself. I have a YouTube video. If you go to my YouTube channel and go to the playlist that says guitar player, these videos were made for you, it has a playlist of all my YouTube lessons, and you can scroll down and find the ones about improvising and soloing. I give a lot of information there. And I also have a course on my website, joerobinson.com/courses, called 10 Scales and Modes You Must Know. That's a good deep dive into scales and things. But the kind of main thing is just getting really comfortable with the basic scales, like the major scale. From there you would learn the Mixolydian mode, the Dorian mode, the pentatonic scale. The natural minor is the same as the major scale. And you just practice improvising. It's like anything else. It takes a while to get comfortable improvising, just like it takes a while to get comfortable playing a chord progression when you're first learning the chords. And so you want to try to play melodically, you want to try to find phrasing that you like, and it takes a while to get to that place. So it's a good idea to just practice a little bit each day, even 15 minutes each day, with some good backing tracks. You can use a loop pedal if you want. The looper I use is just the Boss RC1. It's very simple. And you can just play a chord progression, practice some soloing, and concentrate on the nuances, the vibrato, and the melodies. There's only 8 notes in the major scale. There's really only 7, and there's an octave. So you just have 7 notes. And if you learn those 7 notes all over the fingerboard and practice getting the most out of them, that's really the kind of the lion's share of improvising. When it comes to playing over the changes and all that, that's kind of a series of little bite-sized ideas and exercises and modes, and understanding the theory and the relationship between the scales and the chords. But for a lot of people, just the major scale, the natural minor scale, the Dorian mode, Mixolydian mode, and the harmonic minor, melodic minor, you can just cover so much ground with those scales, and I hope that made sense. There you go. Rock and roll. Sam says, the natural minor scale, Aeolian, is the same as the major scale, Ionian. You just end up at a different note. Exactly. The relative major and minor. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Talk to you all real soon. Take care.